After what you guys have been through for the last 2 weeks, how good does this one feel?
I'll tell you what. When I mentioned this to the guys, I'm not going to ever take it for granted. I didn't think that I did take it for granted, but I don't think we're going to take it for granted how difficult sometimes it can be to win in this league. And we've experienced everything in this organization. So yeah, I do think our guys should enjoy this one. I'm going to enjoy it, for a short period of time. We know how we're wired. We'll get ready for the next one, but the untold story will be the fact that we've been playing good basketball. We've been playing better. You can see there's been improvement, and there's been, just some random fluctuations of guys in and out. That's not, I'm not going to make that an excuse, but you can see that there's been progress, and ultimately you just want to see progress. You want to be a part of something where you feel like there's something happening, and we've felt that, for the last several games of the last 20 to 25 to 30 days. But the reality is we haven't been able to win, so that does have an impact on the human condition. But our guys are resilient, and it's a connected group. It's a group that has great toughness to be able to pick ourselves up off the mat and get back to work the next day, and that is a great quality. So. We'll enjoy this one, and hopefully start to put together some games. The way we look at it, we've been playing playoff games with the kind of stress and expectations and context for 6 weeks. We feel like we've been doing that. So if we can just continue to do this and turn these into wins, we think that we can be a dangerous team.
Two things, if I may. First, is it fitting that this one comes with little adversity with it? I mean, the start was not great.
Yeah.
And then when the snap happened, then
hopefully we're getting a whole lot more comfortable just with that. That happened early on, so we have the kind of toughness, resiliency that we're normally able to, change the energy of a game. And that's what happened in the second quarter. Our second unit came in. I thought H and Davion really sparked us in that second quarter, and then guys were flying around. Kalel was great. That unit was really good. That's why we let them ride. And then obviously offensively, Wiggs just went on a roll, which I'm sure we'll talk more about him. But that effort and tenacity defensively, we've been doing that more often than not the last 6 weeks. Like I said, we've had a couple duds of games, but not a ton. I wouldn't count the Clipper game as one of those games. The Clipper game, we just got outplayed by a team, that played really well that night. We've been doing some things defensively. Offensively, we've been really good, in large stretches, even with some of the guys out. We need to face our things, that we're dealing with in fourth quarters. So we'll continue to work on that, and we'll continue to try to conquer that.
Second question, like you surmised, was about Wiggs. 9 for 10 in the second half, and he's not a 40-point guy. He's only done 40 once before in his career, but everything just looked like in rhythm, getting just the shots that the offense kind of presented.
Well, you know how we are. We want him to be more. The role for us is more, and it's not better or worse. He had a great role, where he was before, but we need him to be more. And he wants to take on that kind of challenge, and he makes us different. We haven't had enough games with him, but it is enough, to see it. Immediately we saw it when, he's been available. That just makes us different. He fits like what we need, and he gives us a guy that we can throw the ball to and score like we did in the mid-post, or he can play off of our guys and knock down threes in space. He can run the floor, and he also can play our triple handoff game and get downhill in those situations. So that just eases a lot of pressure off of Tyler, off of Bam, off of everybody else. I think, the more games he gets, the more comfortable he gets with us, he's going to feel how we just want to fuel that. He makes us different, and we want him to be all about where the possibilities can go.
You mentioned it before, but how much of a spark was Davion and Haywood specifically defensively? Even in some of these losses, how impactful has that tandem been?
Yeah, and tonight was interesting because we originally had Davion on ball, and then H off the ball, and then ball started to get going. They're both tenacious, so then H was like, I want to take him, and then Davion was ready to fight H for saying that. That's the kind of spirit you want. But then it gave us a different dynamic there, and Davion was spectacular off the ball. He was really disruptive. He reminded me of Kyle Lowry and a lot of things he was doing off the ball. Then H really wanted to take on that challenge. So you want guys that were just going to be, disruptive and change the energy of the game. That's what you bring in your second unit. The game should change. The energy should change. There should be some kind of momentum change. It's not going to happen every single time, but that's the whole idea of it, particularly if you're effort energy guys. And those guys are able to wrap their mind around that. They've each had different roles. Davion's been a starter. H has been a starter. But this role, with Wiggs healthy, we just think it makes the most sense. And they've really kind of bought into that and excelled in that.
We spent most of the first half of the season talking about Tyler's shot profile changes and all that came with that. He's been adding twos to his game over the past month or so, and how much of that is a natural counter to the way the league has then countered him?
Yeah, a lot of things are true. It depends if Wiggs is available. Okay, the shot profile potentially could look different. And we also do need that. We need a lot of things that he can provide, and it's always going to be important if we're fully healthy, to play off the catch, play off the move. He's really good at that. In the first 25, 30 games, he was a problem, playing off the move, and so that hasn't gone anywhere. But in the meantime, he also has that other skill set that if you needed to go get one, he can do it, and all the really good players are able to do that, wherever that shot profile may be, and he's really improved in that area.
Tuesday's obviously going to feel a little bit different. A guy for 5.5 years here, mostly for the best of times. Sort of, what are your thoughts on that game and seeing Jimmy in an opposition color? After all this,
the best thing about that is we've been so engulfed in our situation right now that if I were to be up here and say I haven't really noticed the schedule, everybody would roll their eyes. I literally haven't really been able to check out the schedule. We've been trying to get a damn win. I was aware of it. You stop really looking at. That's why the highest form of sanity is just be in the present moment. And when you're in a situation like this, you're just in the present moment. You're just trying to do everything you can just to get one win. So, yeah, give me some time on that. Obviously, there'll be a lot of different, feelings about it. I probably won't express, all of them, and that's fair. But we had a great 5-year run. We didn't win the title, but only one team does. We had some great moments here. We all get past that. That's what you always remember. It doesn't matter what everybody feels, right now. All right, thank you.